today's game between Puerto Rico and Mexico.
Number 14, Jose Hernandez. Number 33, Fernando Zuniga. Number 17, George Aranda. Number 10, Karim Martinez. Number 87, Flo de la Rosa.
So we get ready for the start of the game here for Puerto Rico, Mexico. National anthems to be played.
Number 49, Dicky Gonzalez. Number 9, Gene Cortez. Number 23, Jorge Nieves. Number 20, Alicia Vasquez. Number 27, Gabriel Vieras. Number 16, Marcos Santiago. Number 8, Harold. Number 14, Alexis Valero. Number 2, Harry Potter. Number 26, Gabriel Valero. Number 7, Luis Cuevas. And number 13, Caleb Valero. And now, the national anthem for Puerto Rico.
And let's get ready to play ball here at Unitrade Stadium. Pony Palomino World Series action continues with this elimination game this morning featuring Puerto Rico versus Mexico, who played each other last night, and this is their third encounter. Winner of this game will advance to take on Youngstown, Ohio, who closed out the night in dramatic fashion with a three-run triple by Jack Lute. The young man celebrating his birthday weekend here in Laredo smashed one into right field, right down the line, hit the wall, and allowed three of his teammates to circle the bases and win the game. Fantastic action last night. And these two teams, no strangers to each other, also had a great game last night, as Puerto Rico again also won in dramatic fashion with a triple play that was executed masterfully by the right fielder Nieves, who caught a high fly ball deep into right field over his shoulder, obscuring the fact that he had caught it, and caught all the players from Taiwan napping to advance to a game against Mexico where they just kept the Mexican bats silent for the most part, and were able to advance to meet them again this morning. So here we are, 10 o'clock on a bright sunny day here in Laredo, Texas, County of Webb, bringing you a live broadcast courtesy of our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation, Southern American live Doppler radar feed, giving us weather updates, weather forecast for today. Great looking day, lots of sun, few little clouds in the sky, bright nonetheless. And we anticipate that it's going to be a warm one this morning. Already 90 degrees, winds blowing out of the southeast, 6 miles an hour, humidity about 60%, so all the moisture wicking uniforms out there working overtime, and a good lively crowd all in the shade here. Beautiful Unitrade Stadium, home of the Tecolotes of the Dos Laredos, gracious to let us play at their facility, owned by the city of Laredo, managed by ASM Global, SMG. Again, thank you to them for their gracious hospitality as we continue to bring you live action courtesy of our friends and our sponsors, Southern Sanitation, Southern American, HEB, Whitworth Cigarroa, Line Decker Construction, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions of Laredo.
Leading off for Puerto Rico is number 10, Dicky Gonzalez.
UISD, thank you for providing the transportation for our precious cargo, the youth of the league. LISD for letting us use Veterans Field, the premier baseball facility. And coming to the plate, top of the first, lead off, number 10, Dicky I. Gonzalez, who will also be pitching today for Puerto Rico. I take that back. Dicky J. Gonzalez will be pitching. Dicky I. Gonzalez will be at shortstop. Number 10, and he's facing off against Daniel Garza on the mound for Mexico. Foul ball, 2 strikes on the batter, Gonzalez. Dicky I. Gonzalez. The team from Mexico hailing from Monterrey, Nuevo León. Gonzalez winds, high fastball, 88 miles an hour to Gonzalez. Unitrade Stadium with a radar at home plate, the velocity meter. That's ball two. 2-2 the count, top of the first, no outs, no runs. This is the leadoff batter for Puerto Rico, the visitors today. Dicky I. Gonzalez, the shortstop. And if you're joining us now, these two teams met yesterday in one of the later games, with Puerto Rico beating Mexico. Beating Mexico to advance here, and looks like I've got a full count from what I can see from the umpire. And a grounder to short, picked up nicely by the shortstop. Over to first, out number one. The shortstop, Saul Lopez, picking that up off the grass, tossing it over to the first baseman, Juan Quintanilla, for out number one. Catcher for Mexico is Jorge de los Santos, rushing down to back up first base. Well-disciplined, well-coached team, good fundamentals. And at the plate now for Puerto Rico, Angel Rivera, the second baseman. Foul ball, 0-1 the count. Rivera has a set of wheels on him. Has been stealing bases all series long. And Rivera, once is on, will look to steal, as he always has. And he has proven to be quite effective at it. So top of the first inning, second batter in the lineup, Angel Rivera facing Daniel Garza from Monterrey, Mexico. And that shot goes into center field. The center fielder running over, grabs that nicely. The center fielder for Mexico, Hector Jaquez, catching that fly ball into center right.
Now batting number 49, Dicky Gonzalez.
Dicky Gonzalez now coming to the plate. Dicky J. Gonzalez is your pitcher. I had him pegged back at shortstop where he was before, but Dicky I. Gonzalez goes to shortstop today, and Dicky J. Gonzalez goes to the mound. Strike one, Garza delivering an 88-mile-an-hour fastball to Gonzalez. 0-1 the count, 2 outs here at the top of the first inning. 1-1 the count. On this warm, sunny Monday morning here in Laredo, Texas, Unitrade Stadium, 2023 Pony Palomino action. Garza delivers, and that's a grounded to short. Here comes the shortstop charging hard, and out at first, and that retires the side. 1, 2, 3, and Mexico will come to the plate with Johan Lopez leading off for Mexico. We'll be right back after a short commercial break. Welcome back to Pony Palomino 2023 World Series action, live from Unitrade Stadium, courtesy of our sponsor, Southern Sanitation, Southern American, Laredo Weather Radar, privately owned Doppler radar system, providing us weather data, wind speeds, forecasts. Coming to the plate, leading off for Mexico, Johan Lopez, the third baseman, and he'll be facing Dicky J. Gonzalez, number 49, who delivers a strike, 84-mile-an-hour pitch, courtesy of our friends at Unitrade, who have a radar behind home plate, affectionately known as the velocity meter. Great radar, but like I said yesterday, it's not a Doppler. Doppler radar from American Southern, privately owned, state-of-the-art technology. Stay ahead of the storm. Foul ball, that's 0-2 the count now to Johan Lopez. Dicky J. Gonzalez, and I'll need to keep telling you it's Dicky J or Dicky I, as we have two Dicky Gonzalez's on the Puerto Rico roster. The windup, that's a little low, 1-2 the count. Bottom of the first inning, Mexico at the plate. Leadoff batter is Johan Lopez. And he takes ball two. 2-2 the count, no outs. Top of the order, number 6, Johan Lopez. Exciting games yesterday. These two teams having met already twice during this series, hoping to advance to the championship game against Youngstown, Ohio, who won in dramatic fashion last night. In the last frame, last at bat, Jack Lute for Youngstown knocking a 3-run triple. And that shot into right field is caught by the right fielder, Nieves, Jorge E. Nieves. And I apologize, the right fielder this game is Marcos Santiago. Santiago is now at right field. Nieves, who was playing right field in one of the games yesterday, responsible for a triple play. And strike one to the batter, number 23, Edgar Mureta. Mureta, the second baseman for Monterrey, facing off against Dicky J. Gonzalez. And that shot is to left field, gets over the third baseman, and is a single for Mureta. So top of the first inning now, we have our first runner on base. I'm sorry, bottom of the first runner on base is the second man on the lineup, Mureta. And now comes number 25, Saul Lopez.
Number 25, Saul Lopez.
Lopez, the shortstop for Puerto Rico, faces off again against Dicky J. Gonzalez, these teams having met before twice. And splitting those meetings. And strike one to Lopez, resulting in this elimination game here today. Winner advances. And the other team goes to the stands. Both teams traveling from abroad to play here. Two-2 the count. Sorry, 2-1 the count to Lopez, the shortstop. The runner from first to second is going to be thrown out for out number 2. The catcher for Puerto Rico, Jorge Nieves, out of his stands in a hurry, picks off the runner from first to second, recording the second out. Dicky J. Gonzalez returns to the mound, facing Saul Lopez with a 2-1 count here in the bottom of the first with 2 outs. And Gonzalez walks Lopez, and that'll bring up the number 4 batter in the order, the designated hitter, Gael Zeni, batting for Daniel Garza, the pitcher.
Now batting at number 12, Gael Zini.
Zeni, number 12, has a runner at first and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Strike 1 to Zeni. Gonzalez, 82 miles an hour. Both teams looking to advance from this elimination game. And that's a fly ball right here infield to the second baseman, who registers out number 3. And that'll do it for the first inning. The score 0-0 from Unitrade Stadium, and we'll be right back. Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, part of your everyday.
Life is full of great moments, special moments, shared with friends, family, and loved ones. But for some, pain deprives us from fully enjoying these moments. If chronic pain is keeping you from fully enjoying life, there is hope. Hi, I'm Dr. Marta Martinez. At Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, we're dedicated to treating our patients with the most advanced and compassionate care possible. Visit us for an evaluation and let our experienced staff help you get back to living a pain-free life.
And we're back here, top of the second. Leadoff hitter for Puerto Rico, number 9, Gene Cortez, my tocayo, is facing off against Daniel Garza, the pitcher for Mexico. 0-1 the count. Foul ball, 0-2. No runs were scored here in the first inning at Unitrade Stadium. Pony Palomino World Series action. Continuation of the World Series here in Laredo, Texas. And strike 3, Cortez goes down swinging for out number 1. Daniel Garza with a 87-mile-an-hour pitch gets Cortez swinging. And that'll bring up the 5th batter in the order, Jorge Nieves.
Now batting at number 23, Jorge Nieves.
Nieves, playing catcher today, was in right field for a triple play in one of yesterday's games. Outstanding athlete. Garza winds and throws for strike 1. Puerto Rico having a great tournament here at the 2023 Pony Palomino World Series. It got us at the mound. And a grounder to shortstop. Shortstop scoops it up, gets his man at first. Out number 2 for Mexico. No runs yet. Top of the second. Here at Unitrade Stadium on a warm, sunny Monday morning. Nothing beats Monday morning at the ballpark. Can't join us live here? Hit the live stream. Those listening to the game, tell your friends and your family they can watch the games at laredopony.org. Click that top button, Palomino live stream at the top, and that'll bring you to the Pony live stream on the website. You can also view it on YouTube at Laredo Pony channel. And while you're there, check out the Laredo Weather Radar. Click and subscribe. Get notifications. That way you can stay ahead of the storm. High foul ball, playable. Third baseman getting there. Got it. Out number 3 for Mexico. And Puerto Rico will now take the field. Mexico will come to bat. 1, 2, 3. Out number 3, and we'll be right back. Back live here at Unitrade Stadium, bottom of the second. Leadoff batter number 55, Jorge de los Santos, the catcher for Monterrey, Mexico. Team that hails from the great state of Nuevo León. Facing off against Dickie J. Gonzalez. Just telling somebody to cut something off. Maybe somebody was playing some music or something in the back there, or somebody said something. Sorry about the interruption. Trying to figure out what the umpire was warning the crowd about. Told somebody not to say something or cut it out, gave the old cut it out sign. The pitch for Gonzalez, a strike, brings the count to 1-2. De Los Santos leading off here in the bottom of the second with no outs, no runs scored so far in the game. Takes ball 2, 2-2 the count. Number 28, Gonzalez on deck, waiting for his turn. Gonzalez Dickie J on the mound for Puerto Rico. And that's ball 3. great action all weekend long from these teams. And that's a chopper to third, picked up nicely by the third baseman. Hard throw, but he does not get his runner at first. The speedy De Los Santos beats the throw and is safe at first. That chop.
Now batting is number 28, Alfredo Gonzalez.
Is that mic live? Because that's maybe what he's talking about, is that he can hear us.
It's off.
Okay. At the plate, number 28, Alfredo Gonzalez with the runner at first, no outs. On deck, number 42, Jaquez. They'll be facing off against Dicky J. Gonzalez, a pitcher for Puerto Rico. Runner at first, no outs. And a chance at a double play. The shortstop picking up the ball, stepping on the bag, tossing it over to first, and the first baseman, number 20, Eliezer Vasquez, unable to handle the throw. Just came out of his glove. Missed opportunity at a double play.
Now batting is number 42, Hector Jaquez.
So 1 out. Bottom of the second. Runner at first. And Jaquez at the plate. Gonzalez on the mound for Puerto Rico on this warm Monday morning. But a beautiful morning to be at the park. Gonzalez winds. And right back to him. And he can't get the double play either. So the pitcher, Gonzalez, grabs that shot to him, turns around, tosses it to the shortstop, out at second, but can't get the runner at first. Little trouble turning these double plays for Puerto Rico.
Now batting is number 2, Juan Quintanilla.
Juan Quintanilla at the plate now, left-handed batter for Mexico, facing off against Gonzalez on the mound. And that shot is out to left field, and that will be out number 3. The left fielder, Jairo Carmona, registering the last out for Puerto Rico. And Mexico will now take the field as we go to the top of the third. And we'll be right back. We thank our sponsors for today's broadcast. Back to the action, top of the third. Our producer, Mighty Soul, give me a thumbs up. We're live from Unitrade Stadium, courtesy of our sponsor, Southern Sanitation. Number 27 at the plate, Gabriel Vieira hits a fly ball into shallow center that's going to drop. A single. So we have the leadoff batter for Puerto Rico, Vieira, on base. He's facing Daniel Garza, or was facing Daniel Garza, the pitcher for Mexico. And now coming to the plate, number 16, Marco Santiago.
Now batting number 16, Marcos Santiago.
Marco Santiago is now over at right field. Attempts a bunt, strike one. No runs scored so far here, top of the third. Have a runner at first, no outs. 0-1 the count to the batter, Santiago. Gonzalez on the mound, keeping these bats relatively quiet today. Nice bunt by Santiago. Santiago able to successfully advance the runner to second. Sacrifice bunt. Well coached, well disciplined team. Good fundamentals. Puerto Rico having a good series as well. But here in the elimination game against Mexico, whom they've seen twice already, and they split their meetings, this is the rubber match. And so we're looking for the winner here to advance to play Youngstown, Ohio later tonight. Grounded to third. Third baseman holds the runner at second. And out at first to record the second out here at the top of the third. Garza getting the
leadoff man, number 10, Dicky Gonzalez.
Getting the bottom of the order, Santiago, to ground out. Sorry, Carmona to ground out to third to record the second out. Top of the order, Dicky Gonzalez at the plate, the shortstop. And the shortstop sends one into left field. Just foul, just foul. Number 27 was already halfway home. Vieira with that long fly ball that just went foul. Daniel Gonzalez on the mound getting a new ball from the umpire, getting that ball back in. Number 10, Gonzalez at the plate. Garza on the mound. And Vieira at second base. 2 outs. 0-2 the count with a swing and a miss. Here at Unitrade Stadium, Pony Palomino World Series 2023 action. Gonzalez asking for just a second to reset. Broadcast brought to you live by Southern Sanitation and our friends at Southern American. And that's strike 3, a swing and a miss, but the catcher drops it, so he's got to either tag the player or throw it to first, and he does just that to register out number 3. And so we'll come to the bottom of the third. No score, 0-0, and we'll be right back. Back live from Unitrade Stadium, bottom of the third. Sebastián Morales, the batter at the plate, leading off for Mexico, facing off against Dicky J. Gonzalez. Takes ball one. No score, no runs yet here at the Palomino World Series action. And that's ball two, 0-2 the count. Both these teams, having played each other twice, are looking to advance.
Mexico wins at 7, Puerto Rico wins the game at 6.
Okay. What?
So, notified that the game here is scheduled for 7 tonight. However, there may be a change, and we'll bring that to you as soon as we know it. Gonzalez on the windup. That's a strike. So at 2-1, the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out, nobody on. And a ground to short, picked up by the shortstop. Straight to first base, out number 1. We're going to confirm that if Mexico wins, the game's at 7, but if Puerto Rico would win, the next game would be at 6. Speaking of number 6, Johan Lopez at the plate for Mexico. And a shot in the center field. That's going to drop for a single. And so Mexico puts a runner on. Number 23 coming to the plate.
Number 23, Edgar Moradia.
Edgar Muralla, number 4, the second baseman, hoping to bring in his teammate at first base, who just flied into center field for a single. Muralla takes strike 1. 1 out here in the bottom of the third, with a runner at first. And the batter Muralla at the plate against Gonzalez. And a swing foul tip brings the runner, Johan Lopez, back to first. Muralla, the second baseman for Mexico, facing off against Dicky J. Gonzalez on the mound for Puerto Rico. 0-2 the count to Muralla. Pitcher looking in intently. Delivers. And that's ball 1. The count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the third, no runs scored yet. Gonzalez on the mound for Puerto Rico. Muralla at the plate takes ball 3. I'm sorry, ball 2. 2-2 the count. 82 mile an hour pitch by Gonzalez. Again, courtesy of our radar here. 3-2 the count. Runner at first with a full count. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. The runner goes, but that's a walk, so Mexico now has 2 runners on. 1 at first, 1 at second, and number 25, the third man in the order, Saul Lopez, the shortstop, coming to the plate.
Number 25, Saul Lopez.
And so he will square off against Gonzalez at the mound with 2 runners on. No outs here at the bottom of the third. Live broadcast brought to you by Southern Sanitation and our friends at Southern American. Live Doppler radar, state-of-the-art technology, keeps you ahead of the storm. And a shout out to some of our other sponsors, HEB, Whitworth Figueroa, Line Decker Construction, Andy's Mobility, Rotex Trucking, Sunbelt Air Conditioning, the Rosas family, big supporters of Pony and youth sports here in Laredo. Number 25, Lopez, takes ball 2. Again, 2 runners on, 1 out, bottom of the 3rd. The shortstop Lopez. In the batter's box, Dicky J. Gonzalez on the mound for Puerto Rico. And that's a strike. 2 well-coached teams, 2 exciting games last night. Youngstown versus Laredo, Youngstown prevailing. Puerto Rico, Mexico, and Puerto Rico prevailing. And that shot to third is going to produce a double play to end the inning for Mexico. And Puerto Rico heads to the plate in the top of the 4th. And we'll be right back after we thank our sponsors, pay a few bills. Back to the action here, top of the 4th. Pony Palomino World Series action at Unitrade Stadium, Laredo, Texas. County of Webb at the edge of the border. Rio Grande to the south of us. Daniel Garza on the mound for Mexico. As the batter comes to the plate, left-handed batter for Puerto Rico. Number 1, Angel Rivera, the speedy second baseman. There are no runs scored so far here in the top of the 4th, and that's a foul ball out of play. That'll make the count 1-1 to Rivera. Now, this live broadcast is brought to you by Southern Sanitation. And folks, we play commercials during the innings, in between the innings, and not during the game. We'll do some live mentions here. Grounder to second, unable to make the throw to first, and Rivera, who is a notorious base stealer, is now at first with no outs here at the top of the 4th inning with Puerto Rico's number 49, Dicky J. Gonzalez, who has pitched a masterful game as well.
Now batting at number 49, Dicky Gonzalez.
Will face number 21, Daniel Garza on the mound. No outs, 1 on. Here, Gonzalez bunts right down that third baseline and successfully advances the runner to second. Sacrifice bunt by Gonzalez. to put a runner in scoring position, but we have only one out, top of the fourth, and no runs. And as I was going to say, that we have commercials running in between the innings, shout outs and mentions to our sponsors, and that's how we keep this program
Now batting number 9, Gene
Free.
Cortez.
free to the viewing public. Gene Cortez on the mound, number 9. Takes strike one. Cortez playing center field today. Has pitched. I've seen him at short. Good utility player, good athlete, Cortez. 1-1 the count to Cortez, 1 out, runner at second. So our sponsors make sure that this broadcast is free to you. No paywall, no subscription, no credit card required. It's free, free, free. Foul ball. And so we try to keep the commercials only in between the downtime, in between the innings. But we've been fortunate to have good sponsorship this year, our good friends. Ball on the ground. Rivera able to steal third successfully. And as I said earlier, the young man has got some speed to him, and he rolls into third base safely with a 2-2 count to Cortez at the plate, 1 out. No runs scored so far, but Puerto Rico threatening. Garza facing Cortez at the plate, throws another ball, and we have a full count. 1 out, 1 runner on, top of the fourth. Pony Palomino World Series sees Cortez walk to first. And now 2 exceptional base runners at the corners for Puerto Rico, with Jorge Nieves, the catcher for today, number 23.
Now batting number 23, Jorge Nieves.
Stepping into the batter's box to face off against Daniel Garza, who to this point has kept Puerto Rico off the scoreboard. And there goes the speedy Cortez. And Cortez is now at second. Rivera holding at third. And Nieves at the plate. 0-1 the count. 1 out. Top of the fourth. No runs yet. Garza winds. And that's a foul ball over the first baseman. Unplayable. 0-2 the count. Runners at third and second. It is warm here today. We're inside a nicely air-conditioned booth, but boy, can we feel the heat through the window. Not much of a breeze blowing. As we continue to bring you live action from the Pony Palomino World Series 2023 event here in Laredo. 1 ball, 2 strikes to number 23, Nieves, the catcher. Daniel Garza on the mound. And a shot to right field, and that's going to bring in at least 1. One run scores, catcher holds the runner at third, fires it back to second, and he gets his man. So we now have 2 outs, but 1 run does score for Puerto Rico. The right fielder for Mexico, Alfredo Gonzalez, with a laser shot down to the catcher, who grabbed it, shot it back to second, picked off his runner and held the runner at third. And here comes the speedy Cortez. and he is out at home. The catcher able to get that pass ball as it ricocheted off the back wall over to the pitcher who was covering home to get his man out and end the inning and end the threat. So we come to the bottom of the fourth, Puerto Rico scoring 1 run, leaving a man stranded here in the top of the fourth, and we'll be right back. And we're back to the action here, bottom of the fourth. Pony Palomino World Series 2023, number 12, Gael Zinni, the designated hitter, batting for Daniel Garza. Ball bounces, takes an odd bounce, gets the catcher in an unprotected spot. Coach is coming over to take a look to see if he's all right. Seems to be fine. Pitcher and the coaches have a chuckle. 0-1 the count to Zinni here in the bottom of the fourth, with Puerto Rico leading 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike 2. On deck, De Los Santos, the catcher. Gonzalez on the mound. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Nobody on. Bottom of the fourth. Zinni at the plate. Gonzalez on the mound. And that's a high fly ball here in the infield. Third baseman's got it. And that's out number 1 here at the bottom of the fourth. Coming up to the plate, number 55, De Los Santos, Jorge De Los Santos. Catcher.
Now batting at number 55, Jorge De Los Santos.
Went to high school with a young man named Jorge De Los Santos. Not the same one. Number 55 is the catcher for the team that hails from Monterrey, Nuevo León. And he takes strike 1 from Gonzalez. De Los Santos, foul ball. Gonzalez on the mound for Puerto Rico. Live broadcast brought to you by Southern Sanitation and our good friends at Southern American. Live Doppler radar, state-of-the-art technology, keeps you ahead of the storm. Action from the bottom of the fourth at Unitrade Stadium. 1-2 the count now. 1 out. 1-0 Puerto Rico over Mexico. Grounder between third and short, the third baseman stretching out. Viera unable to make the grab. And that puts a runner at first base for Mexico. And we're going to have a courtesy runner for De Los Santos, the catcher.
Number 28, Alfredo Gonzalez.
Number 26, I believe, coming to the rescue. Courtesy runner for Monterrey, Mexico. Dickie J. Gonzalez on the mound. Is that a ball? Looks like ball 1 to Gonzalez, the right fielder. 1-0 the count. So high fly ball, shallow right. Second baseman's waving everyone off, and he's got it for out number 2. And from what I can see on my roster sheet here, the courtesy runner is Ivan Lopez. I'm sorry, Ivan Lozano.
Now batting is number 42, Hector.
For Mexico. Courtesy running for the catcher, De Los Santos, giving him some time to get his gear on. Number 42, Hector Jaquez, the center fielder, at the plate. And he tries a bunt, and that's a foul ball. But that one also gets the catcher on the hand. Second time he's gotten dinged up by ball coming off the ground. Coach from Puerto Rico walking over to talk to the umpire. Not sure what the discussion was about, but we return. Number 42, Jaquez in the box. Right-hander facing right-handed pitcher Dickie J. Gonzalez with a runner on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Mexico trails 1-0. And a grounder to second base. Handled nicely for out number 3. And that ends the inning with Puerto Rico leading 1-0, and we'll be right back for the 5th inning.
For almost 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, part of your everyday.
Trade Stadium, home of the Tecolotes of the Dos Laredos, Pony Palomino World Series action. Number 27 at the plate for Puerto Rico, Gabriel Vieira. Ball one, the call. No outs here in the top of the 5th inning. And that's another ball. 2-0 the count. No outs here. The leadoff batter, Vieira, is the third baseman for Puerto Rico, facing Daniel Garza, the pitcher for the team from Mexico. And a line shot to right field. Right fielder keeps it from going past him, but unable to make the scoop. And that puts a runner on, the leadoff runner, the leadoff batter,
I'll talk to you after.
on first base. And that brings the left-hander, Marcos Santiago. Santiago playing right field for Puerto Rico today. Speedy base runner as well, as Puerto Rico goes into the bottom of its order with a runner at first. No outs. And that's ball one. 74-mile-an-hour pitch here, courtesy of the radar here at Unit Trade Stadium, the velocity meter. Garza on the mound. Santiago at the plate, and he takes strike one. So that's the count right now, 1-1, no outs, runner at first. Top of the 5th inning, Puerto Rico leading 1-0. Pony Palomino World Series action live from Unitrade in Laredo, Texas. Swing and a miss, strike 2 for Santiago. These two teams have faced off twice before in the series, each one winning one. Winner of this game will go on to play against Youngstown, Ohio, who has yet to lose a game and is waiting for the winner of this game. Elimination game, and as we know right now, that game is scheduled for 7 o'clock tonight between Youngstown, Ohio, the winner here. Swing and a miss. By Santiago, and that's strike 3. Little odd play here. 1 out. Runner advances as the ball got past De Los Santos, the catcher. Garza has been great on the mound, only allowed 1 run, but now he's got a runner at second. And Jarot Carmona, your left fielder, in the batter's box. 87-mile-an-hour pitch there from Garza. Carmona, batting left-handed, takes strike 1. 1-1 the count. All the runners for Puerto Rico, effective base runners, well-disciplined, well-coached team. Foul ball headed towards our cameraman. Safety first. Duck. Garza showing some good speed, great control. Has a runner at second and a left-handed batter in the box. And now the catcher, the pitcher, want to have a little chit-chat. Blue's going to let him have it. Thank you to our sponsors, UISD, for providing transportation for our kids, carting them to and from the field, over to some of the great venues here, venues that are sponsoring our great event. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that ends the inning for Puerto Rico, as they take the field and Mexico comes to the plate. Bottom of the 5th, 1-0 Puerto Rico. And we'll be right back. Cui, ¿cómo has estado?
Todo bien.
For almost 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, part of your everyday.
Trailing 1-0, and he takes ball one. "1-0 the count. Runner on. Here comes the third baseman trying to anticipate the bunt. And that's a strike. Ball tipped into the back here. Number 6, Johan Lopez, the third baseman on deck for Mexico, with Quintanilla at first. Morales at the plate. Gonzalez delivers, and that's tipped foul. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, runner at first. And Morales, the left fielder at the plate, squaring off against Dicky J. Gonzalez, who has held Mexico scoreless so far through 4.5. High, ball 2. Looking at Blue down there, see if he can give us an accurate count. And yes, it is. 2-2. 2-2 the count. No outs. Runner at first. Morales, high fly ball in the left, and that's going to go foul. 2-2 the count. Winner of this game advancing to play Youngstown, Ohio this evening, sometime between 6 and 7. We're trying to pinpoint what the schedule will look like. 3-2, full count. Runner at first. Depending on who wins, the game will start either 6 or 7, and we'll find that out shortly. Gonzalez on the mound. Morales, foul ball down the third baseline, hanging in there. Both these teams having met twice before, splitting the meetings. Puerto Rico winning last night in dramatic fashion. Mexico shot to second, and here goes, quick double play, and that ends the inning. Nope, I'm sorry, that's 2 outs. That's 2 outs here. And that brings Johan Lopez, top of the order.
We're going to the top of the order, number 6, Johan Lopez.
Johan Lopez, the third baseman for Mexico, having a great tournament so far, will face off against Dicky J. Gonzalez, who has, to this point, kept him scoreless. Strike 1 for Lopez. Gonzalez pitching at about 88 miles an hour on that one, courtesy of the velocity meter here at Unitrade Stadium. Grounds to third. Over to first, out number 3, and there we go. That's it for the 5th inning here from Unitrade Stadium. We'll be right back after these commercial messages to start the top of the 6th. And we come back to the live action here from Unitrade Stadium. Top of the 6th inning, Dicky I. Gonzalez leading off for Puerto Rico. Daniel Garza still on the mound for Mexico. 1-0 the score. Swing and a miss. For a strike, 0-2. No outs, top of the 6th inning. Garza having a good game. Managed to allow only 1 run. And that shot down the center of the field. Rolls out to center field. Runner at first. The leadoff batter. Top of the order. Dicky I. Gonzalez, the shortstop. And that brings up the speedy Angel Rivera.
Number 1, Angel Rivera.
Left-handed batter with a set of wheels on him. Has been known to steal a base or two. And if you see him running down first base, you'll know exactly what I mean. Fast, fast, fast. And there's a bunt foul. I have seen him bunt one of these and leg it out and beat the throw. Runner at first. No outs. 0-1 the count, top of the 6th. Puerto Rico leading 1-0 over Mexico. Winner advancing to the championship game. And there's a bunt down first, and that's going to go foul. But if you saw that, you saw Rivera motoring down to first base. Certainly has the speed to get there. And once he's on, he's going to look to steal. Unitrade Stadium playing host to the 2023 Pony Palomino World Series. Our gracious hosts, the City of Laredo, management firm ASM Global, SMG. And this is the home of the Tecolotes of Los Dos Laredos. High fastball, 86-mile-an-hour pitch. 1-2 the count. The Tecolotes playing in the Mexican National League. Only team there for the league that plays on this side of the border as well. Check out the little documentary on them. Bad hombres. Grounded to first. Out number 1, Rivera grounding out to the first baseman.
49.
Eliazar Vasquez. I'm sorry, the Juan Quintanilla from Mexico. The runner,
Number 49, Dicky Gonzalez.
Dicky I. Gonzalez at second. Dicky J. Gonzalez at the plate. Daniel Garza on the mound. 1 out. Ball 1 the count. These two teams played yesterday evening. Puerto Rico winning that contest. Mexico had been undefeated to that point. Had they won, we would have had only 1 game today at 7 o'clock, but here we are this morning in a bright, beautiful, sunny Monday. Shot right back to the pitcher, and now they've got the runner in a runoff here, and he's out. Great defensive work by the pitcher, Daniel Garza, to turn to check the runner, and the runner unfortunately caught in the middle between second and third, unable to advance. That records out number 2. Courtesy runner coming in for...
Now batting is number 9, Gene Cortez.
For Dicky J. Gonzalez, the pitcher. We'll see who our courtesy runner is. Gene Cortez, number 9, is playing center field today. Also a speedy base runner.
7.
The umpire urging Cortez to get back in. Let's get at it. Can't blame him. It's hot in that gear. Foul ball. They don't make those with any cooling gel or memory foam for that matter. Cortez, lanky, but a strong arm, fast legs, heck of an athlete. for Puerto Rico, a team hailing from Toa Baja, California, Puerto Rico. Oh, look at that. De Los Santos with a laser to second. Didn't even come out of his stance and picks off the runner to end the inning. He's had a great series as well. And that ends the inning, or the top of the frame, and we come to the bottom of the 6th inning. Puerto Rico leading 1-0, and we'll be right back after these commercial messages. And we're back live. Number 23 for Mexico at the plate, Edgar Moreta. Moreta, the second baseman, facing off against Dicky J. Gonzalez, who to this point has kept Mexico scoreless through 5.5. Delivers ball one to Moreta. And a shot down the middle over second base to center field, and the leadoff batter, Moreta, is on first base. Number 25.
Now batting number 25, Saúl Lopez.
Saúl Lopez, the shortstop, steps up to the plate. His team trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Live action from Unitrade Stadium, courtesy of Southern Sanitation, our friends over at Southern American. Live Doppler radar. Moreta trying to bunt his man over to second. Fouls it. Strike one. No outs. Runner at first. Puerto Rico 1-0 over Mexico here in the bottom of the 6th. Gonzalez on the mound since the start. Gets Morales, gets the batter Lopez to stretch to try to make a bunt. Only sends that ball into the foul territory for strike two. Gonzalez has done a good job of keeping the bat silent. Mexico trying to get in this game, get on the board. And a shot to second picked up by the second baseman. He gets, and he's safe. The shortstop, Dicky I. Gonzalez, takes his foot off the bag a little early, and or didn't even get the bag, I'm sorry. According to the ump here, he's coming over to talk to the coach for Puerto Rico, but that's going to put two runners on. Someone's going to get charged with an error. Second baseman flipping the ball to the shortstop, trying to turn a double play, and somehow or another, the shortstop doesn't complete the action. The shortstop not happy with the call, but it will stand. And Mexico now has runners second and first. Number 12, the designated hitter, Gael Zeni.
Batting at number 12, Gael Zeni.
Zeni coming into the batter's box to face off against Gonzalez. His team trailing 1-0, but with runners at second and first, scoring position here. And now the catcher wants to whisper something over to his pitcher. Warm, sunny day, approaching the noon hour here in Laredo, Texas. Live Doppler radar coming from our folks at Southern American Laredo Weather Radar, available on YouTube. If you live here in Laredo, go see the radar on YouTube, Laredo Weather Radar. Subscribe, get those notifications, and stay ahead of the storm. State-of-the-art technology, live Doppler system, only privately owned Doppler system in the country. Finally covers a gap that existed here since early 1990s. And now we've got exceptional radar coverage. And we'll get back to the action here as everyone is leaving the mound. Love it when teams gather at the mound. Reminds me of my favorite scene from Bull Durham, where they're all on the mound talking everything but baseball. Costner, who's played a baseball player in several films, leading that discussion. This one here was led by the catcher, Nieves. And now the coach, third base coach for Mexico, out there giving some pep talks. 12, Zeni at the plate, Gonzalez on the mound, 2 runners on, no outs, bottom of the 6th, Mexico trailing, and Zeni chasing that low and outside pitch to try to bunt it, strike 1. A little too eager to try to get that bunt. Runner at second, runner at first. No outs, 0-1 to count, bottom of the 6th. In the first and only game this morning, Zeni, the designated hitter, at the plate. Gonzalez on the mound, and that's a bunt. Successful. And as you saw, Gonzalez came off the mound, barehanded that, but slid onto the turf, unable to get up and make the throw, tries it anyways, but the runner is safe at first, and that loads the bases with the big catcher, Jorge de los Santos, coming to the plate. This young man has power.
Now batting at number 55, Jorge de los Santos.
And represents the chance to get back into the game for Mexico here in the bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded, nobody out. Ball 1. And as my dad used to say, this just got interesting. Runners on all bases. Puerto Rico holding on to a razor-thin lead, 1-0. Gonzalez on the mound, de los Santos at the plate. Pony World Series action. And that's strike 1. 1-1 the count with no outs. These two teams haven't seen each other twice already, splitting their meetings. No strangers to these situations. That's low and outside. 85-mile-an-hour pitch, courtesy of the velocity meter here at Unitrade, used by the Tecolotes of los Dos Laredos. Check out that documentary on Los Bad Hombres. Back to the pitcher, unable to field it, deflects it, and sends it over to the shortstop, but that's going to score a run. And the umpire encouraging all of the players from Mexico to get back in the dugout as they try to celebrate the tying of the game here. Courtesy runner number 26 is going to come in for De Los Santos, the catcher, who now goes back to the dugout to get his gear on and get ready for the defense side of what he does. But successfully able to get a run across the plate to tie the game. Mexico now 1-1, bottom of the sixth.
28, Alfredo Gonzalez.
Alfredo Gonzalez at the plate with bases loaded and not one out yet. Foul tip. Seen those come off a few times, hitting the ankles, hitting the shins. Those can hurt. 0-1 the count. No outs here in the bottom of the sixth. Mexico just scoring its first run. Strike one to the batter. Number 28, Alfredo Gonzalez, who is playing right field today. Oh, and that's a deep shot into center field. Center fielder's got it for the first out, but that's going to score another run. And now Mexico in the bottom of the sixth takes the lead, 2-1. Mexico celebrating just outside their dugout. But this time it doesn't draw a warning, I think.
Now batting is number 42, Hector Jaquez.
Umpire busy directing traffic over here. 42 Jaquez at the plate with now one out. Here in the bottom of the sixth, one out, two men on. Jaquez at the plate, one out. 2-1, Mexico leading Puerto Rico. And another nice bunt right down the third baseline. And they're not going to get him at first. No play made whatsoever. Number 27, Vieira, third baseman, charging hard but unable to make any throw or any play. Allows the bases to get loaded again.
Now batting is number 2, Juan Quintanilla.
First baseman Juan Quintanilla now at the plate facing off against Gonzalez. And that's a foul ball going over the press box here. Going to rattle or wake up my friend over there at Game Changer. Hector probably ducking underneath the desk over there. Quintanilla, the batter, first baseman for Mexico. Wants to think about this a second, steps back in. Bases loaded, one out. Bottom of the sixth, 2-1 Mexico. Outside, 1-1 the count. These two teams have played their hearts out so far throughout this tournament. Mexico had not lost until last night. That's another foul ball for Quintanilla. 1-2 the count, one out. Games brought to you, the viewing public, free, no charge, no paywall, no credit card, no subscription, free by our good friends over at Southern Sanitation, Southern American Weather Radar. The pitch in a swing, foul tip, but the catcher grabs it, so that's out number 2. And now coming to the plate, well, we're going to have a substitution here. And number 17 will come in for number 15, Jorge Aranda, batting for Sebastián Morales.
Batting is number 17, Jorge Aranda.
Mexico with bases loaded, 2 runs scored so far here in the bottom of the sixth. Gonzalez remains on the mound for Puerto Rico. Dickie J. Gonzalez. Dickie I is the shortstopper. Number 17, Aranda. At bat. Takes ball 1, high and inside. Aranda ducking. Tall young man. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 6th. Oh, and Aranda takes one in the back. And that's going to score another run. 3-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. All runs scored here in the bottom of the 6th. Puerto Rico had been clinging to a 1-0 lead that it got in the 4th inning, and now they trail by 2. Johan Lopez, top of the order, the third baseman, now at the plate facing Gonzalez. Bases loaded. Inside, ball 1. 2 outs. Everybody on. Bases are loaded. And Lopez takes strike 1. 1-1 the count. There are 2 outs here. There are 3 men on. And the score is 3-1. And a nice bunt right down the third baseline. And that's going to stay fair. That's going to score another run. And there is no play at either of the bases. And so the bases remain loaded. 2 outs. 4-1 now. Mexico adding to its lead. Lopez with a beautiful bunt right down that third baseline that just hugged the turf and stayed fair. Great time had here this Monday morning. Bright, sunny, hot day in Laredo. Strike 1 to the batter, number 23, Edgar Mureda, second baseman for Mexico. Gonzalez, having pitched all the innings here, fly ball over to right field, and that's going to end the inning for Mexico. Puerto Rico now coming to the plate, trailing 4-1. This is the last frame, 7th inning, and we'll be right back with some exciting action from Unitrade Stadium, Pony Palomino World Series 2023. My son was manning that camera, so he brought up his camera and the reel. Cameraman over here, Luis, he brought up his camera but left the reel. And he said, I said, well, just bring it up. He goes, no, I'll just leave it there for tomorrow. So that's fine, they leave it. And then this one was left out.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I took a picture of that one just to note, because that one was visible to the public. I said, man, if this one comes up missing, let me take a picture of it to make sure.
And they look for it inside the dugout.
Leadoff runner, batter Gene Cortez, drives one into left field to start the top of the 7th inning here at Unitrade Stadium. Pony Palomino World Series action. Puerto Rico trailing Mexico here in the top of the 7th, 4-1. This is
number 23, Jorge Diaz.
an elimination game. Winner goes on to the championship, loser goes home. 23, Nieves at the plate against Daniel Garza, who has pitched all the innings. And he delivers strike 1 to Nieves. Runner on first base. No outs. Second man in the order. Strike 2. No outs here. And this is the last frame. It's do or die for Puerto Rico with a runner at first. Number 23, Nieves at the plate. Live stream brought to you by our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation. And Southern American live Doppler radar, Laredo weather radar, available to you on YouTube. Live streaming, foul ball by Nieves. 0-2 the count, no outs, runner at first. Puerto Rico trailing here in the last frame, in the last inning, the 7th, 4-1. They had been leading since the 4th, but now trail after giving up 4. The ball gets past the catcher, but it is a foul tip. So runner returns back to first. And Nieves steps back into the batter's box to try to start a rally and keep the championship dreams alive. 0-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. One out. 4-1. One runner on, and number 20 for Puerto Rico, Eliezer Vasquez, the first baseman, at the plate, hoping to get a rally started here. Takes strike 1 from Daniel Garza, who has all but shut out the Puerto Rico team. 1 run only so far, and they trail, Puerto Rico does, 4-1. Runner at first, 0 on the count, 1 out. Oh, and that comes pretty close, and look, no, that got him. That grazed him, and so number 20 will take a stroll to first base. And now we've got runners at second and first, with Gabriel Vieira, the third baseman, coming to the plate. Puerto Rico trailing 4-1.
Now batting is number 27, Gabriel Vieira.
Trying to keep his championship dreams alive as well, with the runners at second and first. And Vieira takes strike 1. Garza has had great control and command of his pitches, and has really kept Puerto Rico and their hot bat silent. That one's low. Catcher keeping that from getting past him. 1-1 the count, 1 out. 4-1 Puerto Rico leading in the top of the 7th. Here at Unitrade Stadium, Pony Palomino World Series action. And that's ball 2. The Puerto Rico team beat the Mexican team last night to force this game 3 of their meetings. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to count to the batter, number 27, Gabriel Vieira, the third baseman. Garza on the mound. And that shot deep into center field, caught by the center fielder. Both runners holding at second and first. And so that is out number 2 here at the top of the 7th. And number 16 holds the championship dreams in his hands as he comes up with 2 outs, 2 runners on. Marco Santiago,
Now batting at number 16, Marcos Santiago.
the right fielder, hoping to keep the dream alive. Last out of the game if Santiago can't get it done, and he takes strike 1 from Garza. Left-handed batter facing the right-handed Garza, who has done an exceptional job throughout the game, only allowing 1 run. Santiago stepping back, trying to reset, desperately needing a hit to keep the game going. That's in the dirt. 1-1 the count. De Los Santos has been playing phenomenally at catcher. You can tell that by the color of his dirty uniform now. Walking Tide commercial, but he has kept everything from going past him. Foul tip. Santiago now has 1-2 for the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Trailing 4-1 in the top of the 7th, with chances for advancing seemingly slipping away here at Unitrade Stadium for the Puerto Rico All-Star team from Toa Baja, Puerto Rico, the Mets, as they're known. Santiago at the plate, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will do it for the game. Mexico besting Puerto Rico 4-1. Thank you to our sponsors, Southern Sanitation, Southern American, for the live Doppler radar, state-of-the-art technology, privately owned Doppler that will keep you ahead of the storm. Be prepared. Go to YouTube, Laredo Weather Radar, subscribe, and get the notifications so you can stay prepared and stay ahead of the storm. I want to thank our sponsors as we exit out, and we will be back tonight at 7 o'clock. The championship game between Youngstown, Ohio, and Mexico, the team that hails from Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico.
And we welcome all baseball fans for the championship game tonight at 7 o'clock between Mexico and Youngstown.
Youngstown, no stranger to Laredo. Maybe I'll get my good friend Ron Harper to come up and join us so we can talk a little bit about Youngstown, Ohio, prior to the game or during. But again, thank you to all of our sponsors, and especially our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation. And we'll be back tonight at 7. Thank you for watching.